Hey, we are following breaking news happening right now. The LAPD is saying they have new information about the disappearance of Hannah Kobayashi, who vanished after she missed a connecting flight from LAX to New York. Right now, they are talking about reviewing new surveillance video that may have led them to believe that her whereabouts are possibly in Mexico. Let's take a listen.
Bag through to New York. She requested her bag be sent to her at LAX, where we have surveillance footage of her retrieving it from the baggage carousel on November 11th. LAPD Missing Persons Unit has conducted extensive witness interviews, reviewed video surveillance, and collaborated with local and federal law enforcement agencies on this case. To date, the investigation has not uncovered any evidence that Kobayashi is being trafficked or is the victim of foul play. She is also not a suspect in any criminal activity. Additionally, the investigators noted that before departing Maui, Kobayashi expressed the desire to step away from modern connectivity. Our priority is ensuring Ms. Kobayashi's safety and well-being, and we urge Ms. Kobayashi to contact her family, law enforcement, or personnel at the U.S. Embassy to let us know that she is safe. She has a right to her privacy, and we respect her choices, but we also understand that the concern her loved ones feel for her. A simple message could reassure those who care about her. While the LAPD investigation will not continue into Mexico, if anyone has credible information about Hannah's whereabouts, please contact local law enforcement. If Kobayashi returns to the United States, law enforcement will be notified. The missing person case will remain active in the missing and unidentified persons system until her safety is confirmed by law enforcement. Anyone with additional information regarding this case may contact the Los Angeles Police Department at 877-LAPD 24/7 or 877-527-3247. Anonymous tips can also be submitted to Los Angeles Regional Crime Stoppers at www.lacrimestoppers.org. Let me open it up now if you have any questions. If I cannot answer them, if the detail is such, I will refer it to one of my partners here. I'm sorry, say that again? Safe to say that no crime has been committed, there is no evidence. At this point, we have not been able to determine any crime has been committed.
Chief, given that there's no reason then for any law enforcement agency to detain or arrest her at all at this point.
That's correct.
Is there any indication from her family that there were arguments, disagreements, problems prior to her leaving Hawaii and during a period of a month where she's been sort of seen, not seen?
Yeah, I mean, it's no indication that there would be anything to cause this to happen in this fashion, for her to go off. But like any family situation, you know, who knows what the dynamics are.
How did you learn that she had a desire to disconnect from modern technology? How did you learn that piece of information?
Yeah, let me address that to Lieutenant Oldfield, if you would, Doug.
I'll see your first and last name first.
Douglas Oldfield, Douglas, last name Oldfield, Oldfield.
And so for those of you that are joining us right now, what we're watching is an LAPD press conference right now over the disappearance of Hannah Kobayashi. She's a woman that a lot of people here in California have been searching for a few weeks now. Her family issuing this tearful plea saying that they had not heard from her. They heard from her while she landed in Los Angeles after a flight from Hawaii, and that they were getting cryptic text messages, and then all of a sudden she went off the grid, and they believed that something sinister had happened to her today. LAPD saying that they have looked into this. They do not think that there was any malintent or anything sinister has happened, and they think that she may have just wanted to break contact with her family. They are stepping down their investigation into her disappearance, and they're asking anybody with information to please call LAPD. And we've got much more news to get to this hour, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this quick break.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.